Hello everybody, I'd like to welcome you back to the woods once again. If you've tuned in again for me once more, thank you very much. Right, believe me, I have not neglected coming in here. I've been in here quite frequently over the last couple of weekends. I did bivvy bag the other side of the woodland. Took the cameras with me, but nothing really happened, and I didn't really use it as a bushcraft sort of experience. It was more of a camp out and see what happens, and nothing really happened, so hence why you haven't seen any more video of it. We've had one hell of a storm come in here the last couple of days, so I'm just coming in to check the cameras, make sure they're all still okay, we've got no big trees down and all the rest of it. I have found some really bizarre tracks today. This boot print doesn't match my boot print. It does look fairly old, but it is very strange and it's quite big. So it's definitely a man or someone that wears a very, very big shoe. I'll just spin you around to show you it. Look at that. That's massive. My BK2 next to it. It's just slightly larger than my BK2. Oh, I want to trip myself out, that looks like a toe as well. My God. There's another impression up there as well. But this is seriously something worth noting. Jesus. I've actually got the shakes a little bit now, to be honest with you. That's the first concrete bit of evidence that I've got with someone definitely have been in here, other than obviously the footage that I got on some of the trail camera. But I think the best bet is to get my live camera, the one that I can pick up on the phone, which I put in a few weeks ago at a different location in the woodland. I'm going to go there now, retrieve that camera and program it onto one of these trees and get a reception, make sure it's working good on the phone, and then I can keep an eye on this area even at home in my bed. So I'm going to go off and get that camera quick. I mean, look at this though as well. These are obviously, these all bent over like an archway. That's pretty cool. But then it's happening there as well. It's obviously some sort of normal phenomena going on there. There's no sign of any sort of camps of people that shouldn't be here either. No fires that have gone out, unless obviously they've used that no trace where they would, I do it myself, make a fire, you cover it over with earth and scatter some stuff across it just so that it leaves no trace. The weather sorts the rest out. I'm going to get that camera though, yeah? I'll bring you back here when I've put the camera up. Right, so all good. I've got the camera. Just sitting at the base of the tree. I'm going to strap it to this part of the tree here, and I'll be able to do a 360 all the way around to keep an eye on the tracks. We're left just there and there, going through this part of the woodland. So hopefully, if this is someone that's coming in here poaching or just plain messing around, this camera should hopefully catch them, and it'll catch them whether they take the camera with them. I'll have footage of it on my phone, straight directly to my phone, permitting the signal's all good. I think that's the only way around this one. I do feel really, really jittery today. I've come in here a few times since, obviously, checked on the cabin ruin, and I've bought some pilings in for my new cabin, so it's piled in the ground, sledgehammered in the ground and packed out, and then a frame built on top of that. But obviously that's some distance away from the spot we're at now. So what I'll do is I'll put this camera up and I'll just quickly show you towards the end. I'm I'm probably going to give it a little while before I camp in here. I'm going to see what this camera produces on live footage. It'll ping something back to me, whether a fox sets it off at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll be in bed, I could even be in Spain on holiday or whatever. This camera will send back the footage that it takes, nighttime, daytime, no matter what. I can control the camera from my phone. So we are live. I'll be able to control this from the comfort of my own settee at home. We've got a blue light on there. That's showing me that's got plenty of signal. If you don't mind now, I'm going to get out of here because I've just got a really bad feeling all of a sudden. I think it just might have sketched me out a little bit. I've actually found footprints as well now after all that time has passed. Nothing else has really happened. Right. That is definitely some sort of boot print as well. Again, it's old because obviously we've had a bit of bad weather, so seriously, I feel really anxious. I haven't come in here light-handed by any means, but obviously I just do feel very, very anxious today. Just seen something move through there, frightened the absolute life out of me. Just a bird flying through, one of them big hawks, as silent as anything. So I'm gonna have a cup of tea, and if anything happens I'll bring you back, or we'll try and devise a plan of what we're gonna do up here next weekend, I should imagine now. How crazy though was that other footprint, boot print to find? Hopefully that little CCTV camera does bring something to us. Spot today. It's the furthest end of the woodland. Luckily I was successful. I managed to bag 3 wood pigeons, so they're going in the curry. I know it's not for everybody, so I've left the gory details out of it, but as you can imagine, it is, I believe, one of the best things to be able to harvest your own wild game. My face is sort of stinging after rubbing off all that camo cream. I've got these new wipes, and I don't think it's agreed with me. It doesn't look red, but I can feel like pins and needles, like a burning, like almost like when you get brushed with like an acidic sort of stinging nettle sort of feel. It's awful at the minute. Might have to wash it off with some warm water in a minute. See how I get on. So it's no secret, this bit of woodland has been a bit problematic. I've been camping in different areas of the woodland trying to find out what's been going on with some trespassers we've had some trouble with. There's been some activity on my channel saying some of the viewers are sort of convinced it's some sort of legendary monster. I've got nothing against people's beliefs, but it's just not something I can sort of start believing in, because being here in the UK, I've pretty much spent a lot of time in all the woodlands around this area, from sort of young teenager right up to manhood now, hunting it and even running it with ferrets and stuff on the outskirts of the woodland. I've been ferreting the land for years, so that means turning up early with dogs, guns, nets, ferrets, and basically hunting that part of the woodland where we did have all the activity on one side. Right, so we're well past 10 o'clock. Obviously it's the summer months, so the birds are still having a little bit of a chirp about, but I'm absolutely shattered, so I'm going to get my head down. I shall see you in the morning. I don't know if you'll be able to hear, but there's definitely someone out there. Fuck's sakes. 2 seconds. Hello? I'll be honest with you, I feel like going. That might be exactly what I do. Seeing that the break of daylight was only an hour and a half away, I did decide to pack up and get going quite early. There was nothing more that happened that trip. I must admit, I was more concerned that someone was walking around injured or out there hurt. So I did do a full sweep of the woodland on packing up. Nothing was out of the ordinary or could be found. Now let's fast forward a few days. As you can see me leaving the CCTV camera in the woods about 4 or 5 weeks beforehand. There was plenty of traffic coming through there, plenty of things that should be there: foxes, badgers, squirrels, game birds. There was an odd little light that came on the camera one night when I was sitting in bed. I had a notification, it pinged on, and then all there was this funny little orb looking thing up to the middle left hand side. I eventually writ this off as some sort of bug that had come down. So let's fast forward 3 days post camp that you've just seen. Early Thursday morning at 4:12 AM, this figure comes into view. Almost looks like it's trying to pull something down from a branch above, acting in a peculiar manner. Then the camera takes a further 2 still shots of it moving further off to the left hand side of the woodland. So why is this person there at that time of the morning? Why do we keep hearing these shrills and shrieks? Is it paranormal? I just don't understand. Or perhaps it might be someone that has found out I've been putting cameras around to try and catch big cats that we might have here in the UK. They might have found out that I have got some pretty decent information of them. Perhaps they're coming in at the same time trying to find them themselves. It doesn't quite collaborate with what we found though. If it is someone coming in there trying to frighten me away, how comes they're getting it right every single time? I'm not there every weekend. So at this point we are at a bit of a dead end again, but we will keep going at it. I've put more cameras back out. I've refreshed all the memory cards, and I will be going through and reviewing all the old memory cards that I have withdrawn from the woodland. At this point, all I can say is we'll do a few more camps down there. If anyone wants to see any other bushcraft camps elsewhere, let me know. At this time, we're no further forward than we are back, but thank you for joining me on this one. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all on the next one.